Hi, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening kung anong oras yung napanood ang ating video. Welcome sa ating channel. This is your Professor, Engineer Eduardo Tapia. Our topic for today is about sinking fund. A sinking fund is a specific account where funds are routinely set aside to settle debts or meet future financial obligations. To minimize the financial hardship of a lump sum payment at maturity, organizations, governments, or individuals usually use this fund to manage major expenses, such as repaying bonds or loan. A sinking fund's main goal is to reduce default risk by guaranteeing that there are enough money on hand when needed. So, ang sinking fund ay pag-iipon ng pera, sa madaling salita, no? Para siyang savings amount, no? O naglagay ka ng savings account, may savings account ka sa bangko, pero ito ay equally naglalagay ka ng deposit doon. So halimbawa, monthly nagde-deposit ka ng 10,000, so at a specified time, halimbawa for 3 years, so yung pera mo naiipon, no? Kasi monthly ka nag-iipon eh. Okay, so that is sinking fund. Um, para yung mga insurance premium, 'di ba? Monthly nagbabayad, fixed rate monthly yung pagbabayad mo. So pagdating ng araw, kung kailangan mo yung pera, may pera ka on hand on that time. Pero ito, commonly sa bangko, doon mo ilalagay yung pera, doon ka nag-deposit, no? So accumulated siya, okay? Using the simple annuity method. And this is our to find R using the future amount of the simple annuity. You have R equals S times I over 1 plus I raised to n minus 1, where R is the periodic payment, S is the future value of annuity, I is the compound interest rate, N is the number of compounding periods. So the benefits of sinking fund, number one, financially ready. Sinking funds help organizations and individuals manage large expenses and payment to the loan without incurring debt or financial hardship to be faced in the future. So, halimbawa, meron kang in the future, kailangan mo na malaking pera, nakapag-ipon ka na, so may pera ka na magagamit on that time. So, halimbawa, 5 years from now, o kaya 10 years from now. No? So, kumbaga, ang sinking fund, nag-ipon ka ngayon para may magamit ka in the future. No? Reducing risk of loan payment. No? By accumulating funds over time, sinking fund provides peace of mind to the investor and the creditors because it lower the risk of default of loans and bonds. So yung mga utang mo, no? So halimbawa may utang, mayroon kang utang with a compound interest, ang interest doon sa utang na yon, hindi babayaran mo siya after 2 years or after 1 year. So ang sinking fund, so another way of saving money, no? Regularly para pagdating ng time na nagmamature yung loan mo, makapagbayad ka doon. Okay? Marami mga financial institutions dito sa Pilipinas na gumagamit ito. Halimbawa, yung Pag-ibig Fund. Sa Pag-ibig Fund, mayroon tayong tinatawag na NP2. May NP1, NP2. So, pero ang NP2 may term limit lang, may 5 years. No? So, halimbawa, ako for example, 600 monthly for 5 years. No? That is my sinking fund in the NP2. Pagdating ng 5 years, kung mature na, tapos na yun, so pwede ko nang kukunin yung pera doon. Kasama yung principal plus yung interest noon. Hence, a sinking fund is a proactive financial strategy that is gradual accumulation of funds to meet future obligations, ensuring that large payment can be made without financial distress from debt. Example 1. Jason's want to have 500,000 pesos in 3 years. If he started depositing his money immediately at a bank that offers 2% compounded quarterly, how much is his quarterly deposits? Construct a sinking fund schedule. So yung given, ang ating rate ay 2% and it is compounded quarterly, ang target niya na amount after 3 years ay 500,000. So, ang time ay 3 years. Ang kanyang quarterly interest ay 0.005. That is 0.02 divided by 4. So, 0.005 quarterly interest. Ang N ay 12 kasi apat na quarter sa isang taon. So, times 3 years, so 12. And to find the periodic payment, you have R equals S times I over 1 plus I raised to N minus 1. Okay, and that is 500,000. So, 500,000 times 0.005 divided by 1.005 raised to 12 minus 1. So, kapag ang numerator, 500,000 times 0.005, multiply natin, that is 2,500. Ang denominator, 1.005 raised to 12 minus 1, and that is 0.0616778. Kapag i-divide natin to, that is 40,533.22. Ang kanyang quarterly deposit is 40,533.22 pesos payable for 3 years. Yun yung kanyang, for 3 years. No? Okay, so ito po yung sinking fund schedule. So, of course, at the beginning, may unang maghuhulog ka. So, simple wala pang pera, di ba? Open ka ng account. So, start mo lang ang account, so zero pa yung balance mo. Wala rin yung interest kasi wala namang pera, wala pang interest. Tapos ngayon mag-deposit ka ng 40,533. So, ang ending balance mo, mayroon ka ng 40,533. Yun yung unang bayad, ulog mo, o unang deposito. On the next quarter, okay, the second quarter, so mayroon kang pondo doon, di ba, na 40,533. Ito, okay, tutubo siya ng, i-multiply natin siya ng, ito kapag i-multiply natin ng 0, okay, 0.005, okay, so, this. Ito yung ating di ba? Yung ating monthly monthly interest. So, ang mangyayari niyan, yung interest niyan ay 202.67. Okay? Tapos, nag-deposit ka ulit. Okay? Pangalawang deposit mo, 40,533. So, ang lahat ng pera mo, ipag-plus natin itong tatlo. 40,533.22 plus 202.67 plus 40,533.22. Total ng pera ngayon sa bangko, example ko sa bangko yung lagay yan, ay 81,269.11. So, yun yung beginning fund mo. So, ito, maging beginning fund mo dito. On the third quarter, so magbabayad ka ulit, no? Pero itong 81,000, tutubo ulit to. Okay? Times mo ng 0.005. Okay, kasi yung interest natin ay 0.005 per quarter. So, ang ano yan ay 406.34. Okay? Ito yung interest niya. Mag-deposit ka ulit. So, pag i-plus mo yung tatlo, plus mo siya, magiging 122,208.67. So, on the fourth quarter, one year na, mag-deposit ka ulit, di ba? So, pero ang pipera mo na doon, nung tatlong beses ka na nagbayad, di ba? Tatlong beses ka na nag-deposito, mayroon ka ng total amount doon na 122,208.67. Okay? So, ang interest nito, times mo ulit ng 0.005, ay 611.04. Okay? So, itong 122,208.67 times 0.005 ay 611.04. Tapos mag-deposito ka pang-apat. Pang-apat na deposito mo, 40,533.22. Ngayon kapag i-plus mo lahat yan, mayroon ka ng 163,208.67. 352.93. Okay, so tuloy lang. So, beginning fund mo at the 5th quarter, tapos yung 163,000, tutubo ulit ng times mo ulit sa 0.005. So, may tubo siya na 816.76. Mag-deposit ka ulit. So, plus mo silang tatlo. Okay, ang mangyari ay mayroon ka ng 204,702.92. So, ganun lang ang gagawin mo throughout the process. Okay? So, yan. Pagdating na ng 2 years, ang pera mo na doon ay 288,024.17. Tapos ang tubo noon ay 1,440. So, pang 2 years mo na to, deposit ka ulit ng 40,533. Ngayon, ang pera mo ngayon ay 329,000 na. Okay? So, tuloy-tuloy ka lang na mag-ipon. Yan. So, pang 10 quarter, kumbaga 2 years and 6 months na. 372 na yung pera mo doon. 372,180.72 times mo ng 0.005, ang interest nun ay 1,860.90. Tapos mag-deposit ka ulit. No? Tapos i-plus mo ulit itong tatlo. So you have now 414,574.84. Okay? So yun yung beginning balance mo. Tapos yung interest, tapos yung deposit mo. So on the 11th period, meron ka ng 457,180.94. Okay? Tapos yan, hulog mo. Yun yung pera, tapos yung interest niya. So pagdating ng 12 quarter or 3 years, equivalent 3 years, mayroon ka ng 500,000.05. So kung total natin, ang total interest mo na naipon sa loob ng 3 years ay 13,601.36. So isipin mo, yung pera mo ay tumubo ng 13,000. Ang total mong ito, kapag i-plus natin lahat yan, ang total natin 486,398.64. So ito lang yung hulog mo. Tumubo lang ng 13,000. Kaya all in all, using example 1, Jason wants to know how much is the fund after 7 deposits and after 10th deposit. So, gusto mo malaman magkano na yung pera mo pagkatapos mo ng 7 deposits, assuming hindi mo alam yung sinking fund schedule, no? Pero monthly, quarterly kasi ang nagdi-deposito. So, gusto niya malaman, pagkat nakatapos na siya ng 7 deposito, magkano yung fund? At saka yung pang 10 deposito, or kaya and that is 2 years and 6 months. Magkano na yung pera niya doon? So using the future amount of annuity formula, we have to solve this one. S at 7 o S sub 7 o pang 7 deposit na. And that is R times 1 plus I raised to N minus 1 divided by I. So 40,533.22, yun yung kanyang quarterly deposit, times 1.005 raised to 7 minus 1 over 0.005. 7 ang N kasi pang 7 deposito na. Okay, so that is 40,532.22 times 7.105879. Kapag ito, solve natin, that is 7.105879. So ang amount niya, yung account niya doon sa bangko after 7th deposit ay 288,024.17. Okay, that's 17 pesos. So hence the fund after 7th deposit is 288,024.17 pesos. Check natin. So kita natin na ito pang 7 deposito niya 40,533. The fund now is 288,024.17. Okay, that is the fund after 7 deposit. Next number. Okay, using example 1, no? Gusto natin targetin naman yung 10th deposit. Nagkatapos siya naghulog ng 10 deposito, magkano yung pera niya doon? Okay, the fund after depositing 10 times. So S sub 10, ibig sabihin pang 10 days ka na naghulog. So, ang nagbago lang dito yung N, form ang ating N value since N is 10. So, the same pa rin. So, 40,533.22 times 1.005 raised to 10 minus 1 over 0.005. Okay, so kapag ito i-compute natin, that will become 10.228076. So, times natin ng 40,533.22. Your money at 10, after 10 deposit is 414,574.85. Okay, so after the 10th deposit, yan, 414,574.85 pesos. Yan. So, kita natin, yung 10 deposito, that's 414,574.84. Okay, that is the fund after the 10 deposits. So nakita natin ang sinking fund, no? Habang tuloy-tuloy kang nagdeposito, ang pera mo, yung interest lumalaki. So habang tumatagal, mas lalong lumalaki yung interest doon. Okay, so nagkataon lang na itong ating sample ay mayroong target amount na kailangan makuha niya. Pwede rin naman mag-deposit ka regularly at the interest, no, na binibigay ng financial institution. Okay, tuloy-tuloy lang yun. Halimbawa, kung indefinite, no? Halimbawa, yung mga tawag natin sa mga insurance premium, indefinite naman yan eh. Kasi hanggat nagtatrabaho ka, magdeposito ka. Diba? Nag-uulog ka sa kanila. Hanggat buhay ka. So, indefinite yun kasi hindi mo naman alam kailan ka mamatay. So, mag-stop lang yan kung mag-retired ka o namatay ka. Kaya habang lumalaki yung hulog mo doon, lumalaki din yung interest doon. Kaya pagdating ng araw, magkaroon ka na malaking pera. Diba? Lumalaki siya ng lumalaki. Okay, so that is the sinking fund. These are your activity to answer. Number 1, Peter deposits 11,000 pesos at every end of 3 months. If the money is 7% rate compounded quarterly, how much is the fund? A, at the end of 3 years. B, at the end of 7 years. So ito, tuloy-tuloy lang na maghulog ng 11,000. Ana deposit 15,000 pesos every end of 6 months. The bank offers 4% interest rate compounded semi-annually. A, construct a sinking fund schedule for 10 deposits and determine the fund. Okay, B, after 3 years deposit, and and C, after 4 years deposit. Number 3, James borrows 65,000 pesos at 8% compounded quarterly in a bank A and promised to pay at the end of 1 year. If James deposits monthly for 1 year in a bank B that offers an interest of 6% compounded monthly in order to pay his loan and the interest after 1 year, how much is his monthly deposit? Construct a sinking fund schedule for James. Jason wants to have 150,000 pesos after 6 years. A, how much is his annual deposit in a bank that offers 7% compounded semi-annually? B, how much is the fund after 8 deposit? C, construct amortization scheme. So that is your sinking fund topic. I hope you learned from this video. Thank you very much for watching and listening and learning. So just keep learning. And this is your Professor Engineer Eduardo Tapia. Maraming salamat. God bless.